Killing of a Cambodian soldier in a skirmish with the Thai army here kicked off the latest round of tensions between the two neighbours.
Thailand will never go to the International Court of Justice. If you want his land, let's duel. And a duel we got. This morning, Thailand launched its military force on Cambodia, despite Cambodians' effort to complain to the International Court of Justice. And the comment you saw in the beginning of the video, that is actual statement produced by the Lieutenant General of the Thai's Royal Army. Just picture that before we go to dissecting the events. So let us break it down. What are the truth and what are the deception? With Thailand deploying more and more troops over the border, with its military saying that they can use military force without government approval, and Cambodia also deploying troops to protect its land and its sovereignty. And seeing all of this, I did my research, and the more I researched, the more I realized that this is a scheme. This is a pattern that happened many times. And so before we begin, imagine this. We have a country whose leader was suspended from duty. We have a country whose military is outright saying they don't need government approval to enforce its military, which is a bonkers statement to say in public. And we have a country whose voice is divided between escalating tension and de-escalating tensions. And the country I'm talking about here is Thailand. And let me be clear, all of the statement in this video, I will leave the sources in the description down below so you can check for yourself and make your own decisions. Okay, currently it's quite late at night. This part of the video actually is not meant to be inside of this video, but I feel like a lot of people will not watch till the end and they will make a lot of comments down below. So I want to put this early, and that is related to civilians' lives being lost during the war. Firstly, just to point it out, I do not support any sort of war ever. Period. And especially war that targets civilians. But currently, Cambodia, my nation, is being painted as a country that attacks civilians. This part of the narrative that the media just grab and put it out to the world without any context whatsoever is an absolute mind-twisting thing that I am seeing in real time. Let me break it down to you. Okay, so I have been doing this video for quite a while, since June. There were a lot of research that I've done related to the incidents that happened so far between Cambodia and Thailand. And from the very start, Cambodia has been very honest and upfront so many times that Cambodia will not respond unless Cambodia is invaded. That is the narrative from the very start. Secondly, Thailand is the nation escalating tension from the very start first. Closing border, making remarks that they are ready for war. Here's an article that posted by Thailand themselves that the defense minister of Cambodia say that Cambodia won't invade, lack jets to reach Bangkok. Now, somehow, Cambodia defense minister's statement is made to seem like a weak point from Thailand, saying that we won't invade because we don't have jets to reach Bangkok. Whereas in reality, our country focuses on defense. We never have missiles, fighter jet, large artillery, and warships that Thailand have been posting in the past. All we have is defensive capability to defend our homeland. So with all of these, the facts that there are still people who believe the narrative painted by Thai's media is just, I'm out of word, and I just cannot describe that for a country that only focuses on defensive capability and is quite small, what are the incentive to attack Thais first? And you can do your own research, narrative from the past. This is a pattern that Thai tried to provoke Cambodia and then blame themselves as the victim. They closed their border, and we obviously responded. We closed our border as well, like what we told them. And then they ask us to open the border. So we see a pattern. It's not just border. There are so many provocative acts, like so many that I listed down related to Thailand, clearly making the first move. And since Cambodia doesn't bite, they try to pull out, and Cambodia say, no, We won't just listen to you. You cannot just close border and open like however you feel. Secondly, drone surveillance. Thailand has been using drone to survey the conflict area, even infiltrating our soil. And the fact is, Thailand is very smart. When we compare Cambodia and Thailand technology in military, we can clearly see that Cambodia has a very limited targeting precision, whereas Thailand, they have precision guided munition, they have drone surveillance, they have real-time targeting systems. So they have been doing this drone surveillance. They will definitely know our military base. When the time comes, Cambodia has been very consistent from the very start. No escalation, and we only want peace. We appeal to the International Court of Justice. And Cambodian military is only based on one ideology, and that is being defensive. And that is what we did. When Thai initiated the attack, we responded accordingly. So to sit here and paint Cambodia as a country that attacks civilians, where by the way, civilians in Cambodia are also getting attacked, is an absolute lie of the century. And I feel like people need to do their own research, and that is why I want to bring this part very early in the video. And I seriously hope that this crazy digital war we're having, where a lot of lies are being spewed out with no context, will end very soon. So yeah, back to the main video. On May 28, 2025, a Cambodian soldier was killed in a clash near the Chong Bok area, a very politically sensitive zone where Cambodia, Thai and Laos meet, and it is an area called the Emerald Triangle. According to Cambodia's Ministry of Defense, Thai troops opened fire at first, targeting a trench that had long been a Cambodian army base. Thailand, meanwhile, claims Cambodian troops fired first after refusing to withdraw. However, a lot of critics and analysts seem to question Thailand's claim. Firstly, on this matter, Cambodia's claim has been very consistent from the start. Thais opened fire first at a trench that had long been Cambodian's army base. Thailand rejected it, but has not provided any evidence, any satellite images that this trench area has just been built by Cambodia. Secondly, analysts also pointed out that a trench is normally used for soldiers in a defensive position, but in this attack, the only country that suffered fatality is Cambodia, suggesting that the soldiers were very caught off guard. And so that was my first assessment, my research on that incident between Cambodia and Thailand. Cambodia lost a soldier, and Thailand didn't lose a single soldier, but blamed Cambodia for firing first. And for Cambodian, the sentiment back then, early June, was not escalation. It was more of a disappointment toward the neighbors. And we did what anyone would do, not escalate tension, and we filed a complaint to the International Court of Justice. So far, it has been consistent. We didn't escalate. We wanted to take the legal route. But somehow the situation turned even more sour when right after Cambodian lost a soldier, Thailand decided to dramatically, and I want to stress on the word dramatically, escalate this tension. And guess what Thailand did next? Instead of going to the legal route, saying that they built a trench, we have evidence, they instead decided to have the military close land checkpoints, saying that, oh, it is for the scam centers in Cambodia. There were more troops being deployed to the border. There were people and officials wanting to cut internet access to Cambodia, and they even cut off electricity export and fuel shipments. And seeing all of this, Cambodia responded. Obviously, in a reciprocal manner, banning Thai drama and films, banning Thai fruits and vegetables, and like I said earlier, we filed a complaint to the International Court of Justice. And Cambodian official has been saying that they want to resolve this through international law in order to prevent this kind of border conflict to happen. Whereas Thailand claims that they need to resolve it through bilateral means. And then seeing all of this, I dug deeper. I want to understand what exactly was Thai government was thinking, and what do they mean by resolving this issue through bilateral means. So I want to understand Thai's position in this negotiation in the disputed area. You see, this string of events, when you look at it from a bird's eye view, it is very simple that it is an economic tactic used to pressure a country to compromise through bilateral talk instead of resolving it through international law. We have to look at this issue from a broader perspective. We have the border closure, we have the economic pressure, the utility cut, labor blocking. These are tools used as leverage to influence Cambodia because Thai seems to believe that this is what they should do in order for Cambodia to compromise in the bilateral talk. Okay, I will keep this segment as short as possible. About 6 days ago, Thai claimed that Cambodia put landmines in Thailand territory, injuring Thai soldiers. Now, hearing this claim, I actually made a recording talking about this issue, but it is too long, so I'm just going to cut it out and just focus on this part. Just by hearing this claim from Thailand, we can start by asking simple questions before doing the research. Firstly, where were the landmines that exploded? Secondly, what was the landmine used? Thirdly, they said that the landmines were freshly planted. Who conducted the forensic investigation? And when we answer this question, there is literally no consistency in their story. Firstly, the landmine that were used from their perspective is the PM2 landmines, designed by the Soviets. In Cambodia, we have a stockpile of that. During the Vietnamese War, during the Khmer Rouge regime, the internal conflict, and there were a lot of these landmines around the border of Cambodia. So either Thailand stepped into our territory and suffering injury, or they planted the landmine themselves and accusing Cambodia of planting the landmine. Secondly, we can ask the basic question, who would gain more from this provocation? It is Thailand. Thirdly, we can see the pattern from Thai military. They have been ready for conflicts to happen, and they are escalating the tension from the very start, which I will go to in just a little bit. And fourth and finally, who did the forensic investigation on the landmine incident? Nobody, no third party except from Thai themselves did the investigation and claimed that the landmines are freshly planted. They didn't hire a third party. If they were so sure that they were right, they would hire an international body to do the forensic investigation and prove that their claim were right. And so from the very start, this landmine narrative that they are trying to cook, it is not cooking, bruh. Just look at the story from the very start until now. It's so inconsistent. But guess what? They still run with it. And on the 24th of July, they launched a military attack on Cambodia. So if you hear all of this, with all of the sources I provide down below, and you still sit there and say that Cambodia is the country to start this conflict, then I have no word, I genuinely have no word to say to you. And so that is when we close chapter 1 of this story, report and making. If we put this chapter on a table and look at it from a view above, we can see that all of these events have an origin that both sides, Cambodia and Thailand, embody. From Thailand's side, a lot of escalation is done by the Thai military government, and then supported by the civil government. And one ingredient that has been used in this escalation is a sense of nationalism, where the military of Thai is using that sense, taking advantage of that from the people to gain political power. And we have seen patterns on this over and over again, where the only victims and people who are suffering are the soldiers and people who live along the border for over a decade. And for Cambodia, this conflict also has the same origin. It's about nationalism. When our soldier was killed, Cambodians were disappointed. We were then blamed for starting the conflict, for provoking, for firing first. And then more Thai troops were deployed at the border. The border was closed. Electricity was cut off, and then the company that has been selling oil to Cambodia openly mocked Cambodia when they cut off fuel export. Imagine mocking your customer. Imagine mocking your neighbor. And a lot of netizens are mocking Cambodia for visiting Thailand, for visiting Thai hospital, for receiving Thai services, for buying Thai's goods, for being a customer and spending our hard-earned money on their goods and services. And so, yeah, for Cambodia, it's about nationalism as well. It's about protecting our honor, protecting our lands and sovereignty. As we close this chapter on this video I'm making, you can decide for yourself on who's in the right, who's in the wrong, who started it, who escalated it. And again, all of the sources will be in the description down below. You can read all of them based on what I've claimed above. Okay, this video takes a lot of time to research, and that is because I want to satisfy my own curiosity as to why this conflict occurred in the first place. But the more I dig deeper into this topic to understand the past, centuries ago, and then to decades ago, and with recent escalation, the more I just feel the need to publish this first chapter first on, debunking a lot of deceptions told by the media. And I feel like just because Cambodia is a small country doesn't mean that its voice cannot and should not be heard. So I used all of those research to put it in this first chapter. And my second chapter, which was my original intention, was to discuss as to why this sort of border issue, this conflict has continued for so many years and so many regimes and generations. I did a lot of research from international sources, and maybe a week or two ago I bought this book and I have been reading it. And yeah, chapter 2 will discuss the ideas behind this conflict, what happened, what led to this. And I feel like this is a story that has to be told from my perspective as a Cambodian, and also as a source of information on my personal YouTube channel as a video for others to see. And after chapter 2, I will talk about the final conclusion and what I think about all of this. Again, all the sources will be put in the description down below. Feel free to check it out. So that is it from me for the first chapter. If you have any comments or question, be sure to leave it down below, make it constructive, and I hope you understand and learn something from this video. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks, goodbye, and peace.